and leader skills.
The second thing is the criteria of the video. We're looking at these from the perspective of impact. Like, how likely are these buffs to win you a game? Now that that's out of the way, let's get into it. Number 11, Endure.
Love it. Yeah, keep him at 1 HP. Look, but we all know it's over for Theomars as soon as that buff goes away. Something kind of cool to note about Endure, though, is that it is not a buff that inhibits damage. So the snipers can't ignore it.
Because Endure is not reducing the amount of damage they receive, it's preventing that monster from going to 0 HP.
See the difference? When you hit somebody with invincibility on, for instance, you're doing 0 damage. The buff is inhibiting your damage. Endure is not a damage reduction effect. Number 10, reflect harmful effects.
Honestly, this would be way better if we had more instances of it. At the time of recording, it's still pretty new. Like right now, it exists only within the Devil Maiden family, and only 2 of that family apply the buff.
But Irene, the water one, is so prevalent right now that she is carrying the buff to number 10 alone.
And in that situation, it comes with a threat state too, so that means you can force focus on the desired unit. And that's why threat is better than, well, you know what, we'll get there when we get there, okay? Don't make me turn this video around.
Number 9, Soul Protect.
Getting that revive is fine. Love the extra bit of protection. But if your opponent takes back-to-back turns, they can often just take down the same unit twice. Although I will admit this is a little bit better in PvE situations.
Specifically talking about things like Tyrannus and Eladriel up against Tartarus.
Like there, it's really good.
But it's number 9. Number 8, Invincibility. Literally 0 damage. You'd think that that would get you a higher placement on the list.
But when you think of really high impact invincibility, my mind goes directly to things like Pontos and Shiho, and they apply invincibility and immunity. Invincibility is at its best when you
also can't get stunned. And unfortunately, on its own, you can very much get stunned.
Plus, whenever I think about it in isolation, I think about getting justiced. Number 7 is Threat. Getting to essentially decide what someone does on their turn is huge. Though admittedly, Threat State does give your opponent more flexibility in what they do on their turn than Provoke does, since they can still use AoEs in this example, but you also get a damage reduction. So taking over an opponent...
What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to Summoner's War. Today, again, for some account reviews and progression tips. My name is Evan, and I'm hopped in channel 11 right now, guys. I'm on the global server. If you guys want to participate in this, that's where you need to be too. I want to say hi to folks in chat real quick. I see Dragon Godlords there first. Neko Kitty, Zohair, L-Dog. Welcome, everybody. Glad you guys could be here today. That's awesome. Magnozor, welcome over on Twitch. I'm in chat channel 11, like I said, so we can kind of move through this as necessary. It's been a while since we've had an account review stream, so I wanted to make sure to get some time in, check in to see how you guys are doing, because to be honest, I haven't gotten a whole lot of time to check in on progress recently. And again, channel 11, because we're in the middle of the 11th anniversary right now. It was 10 for a full year, and now we're at the next one. It's a baker's 10 now, as it's so inclined. Let me see if I've got anything. You just submitted the survey, L-Dog. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you so much for doing that. In fact, if you are doing the survey, you may have noticed that there's a couple reminders in there, the first of which is for the Creator Clash. And we'll talk more about that as I go through the stream today. But basically, if you ever wanted to stream Summoner's War for yourself, it's a great way to get started. Basically, to participate, you can just submit a 1 to 3 minute introductory video via the link in that survey, and then potentially you'll have the chance to win a creator kit at the end of it. But if you need more details on that, I got you, or you can watch the video on our YouTube channel as well. We've already got a couple people in chat channel 11. Neko Kitty LD. This sounds like an LD only account, and it's got Sakuna, the cursed one, at the forefront as the monster. Let's see here. It is an LD only account. So Neko Kitty, how has this been? Neko Kitty's over on YouTube right now. So how has your experience with an LD only account been? This is actually some, and also Stefan says YouTube, or YouTube, hello, Europe. I do have a Europe account. So if there's any, if there's interest for EU, I can hop on over. Ultra Deathlord, welcome back. Sorry guys, I'm choking on myself over here. This is something that I've always kind of had interest in, building an LD only account. It seems really tough. It seems like probably a fun iteration on Summoner's War. It's a puzzle, you know, it's very much a puzzle. And that is kind of like my favorite parts of Summoner's War rolled into one thing here, because that's why I love Trial of Ascension, is because each floor kind of felt like a puzzle. Is that coffee? It's not coffee. This is actually just water in here today. I've had enough coffee. Usually I won't do more than like 2 cups a day. It's really rare when I go into 3, and usually I regret it after that. Neko Kitty says that it's been very fun, and more so than regular account. That's awesome. Oh, when you have such a great Dragons team. This is actually my favorite Dragons team, except normally I have Verd there instead of Shaman, right? Like I'll use Verd lead, Veramos, Lauren, and then Deva and Martina. This is an exceptional team. This is like how wonderful is it that you have a Martina on an LD account? That's actually such a huge blessing. Let's see what you got here. You got Sukuna, you got Amduat, you have Luna, that's fantastic, spectacular. Dude, it's been so long since we've done an account review stream. This is crazy. I'm having like crazy amounts of deja vu right now. It feels so long since I've scrolled through someone's monster collection and like tried to offer suggestions. Yuna, salve Yuna, welcome. Brian says, yo, Brian. Stefan says, I burned out with RTA. Don't have an idea what to play and how to climb more than 1300. I go up to 1300, then I lose and go back to 1100. Dude, that is the pattern, man. That happened to me. That happens to me all the time. I don't know if I ever go up to 1300, but well, maybe I do. I hover, like usually during the season, I climb up to C2 and then I like lose it and then I stop playing. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of what happens to me. I would like to close C2. I actually think that my account could close C3 if I'm being totally honest, but it would have to be, I'd have to be playing like super locked in, you know, not on the side. I'd have to be super locked in. I'd have to, you know, re-rune stuff, but I do think I could do C3. Virus, how do we get help? Great question. For folks who maybe arrived after the stream started, just hop in chat channel 11. Chat channel 11. We're starting on the global server. I do have a Europe account though, so I can jump on and like help Europe server players too. As for recommendations for this account, you already have stellar teams for a lot of different dungeons. What I would just recommend is continuing with your build on Luna and really paying attention to that Hall of Heroes event, by the way. Because I don't think I've actually, we have not really had an account review stream since all of these events popped off. Guys, this is actually crazy. We have so much to talk about that I didn't even consider. Like what you're getting for your Hall of Heroes. You know, this is something, I don't need to go through all that right now. I can do that later, but yeah, I suppose if that's a conversation we want to have, we can do that eventually, but I imagine most folks may not need it. Swords, do my account first. I'm L-Dog on YouTube. L-Dog, what do you need help with? Let me know what you need assistance with. Whenever, when you guys jump on, let me know what your question is too. I forgot to say that. I just emptied the LDs in storage if you want to refresh. Oh, cool. Wait. That's actually, let's do that really quick. I just want to go in and get an accurate look. Oh, here we go. Now we're talking. Now, Eva, getting the robots, Shinji. Got Lin, Pang, Fami. If you guys can believe it, I never summoned my Fami. I just summoned her today because you know how we got the elemental raid beasts, the Kijar Casuals, but like in different elements, right? Seishizo came out with like a speed team for the water one semi-recently, and I thought I'd try to build it, and he uses Fami as a leader because she is the only crit damage lead in the game. So I summoned one. I can't believe I never summoned my Fami, but she was just sitting there in the summon henge the whole time. It's crazy. Okay, so yeah, great stuff in here. You've got an Emily back there I'm seeing. This is great for TOA hell if you're planning to do that sort of thing, you know? Let me look through and see if there's anything else kind of note here. Yeah, that looks great, man. That's awesome, dude. Neko Kitty, that's great. That's great, dude. So next, so L-Dog, did L-Dog answer just what direction should I go and what should I focus on? Let's see what we can do. So you've cleared TOA, you've been playing for a long time. I've been playing since 2016. You've gotten a Giants Abyss hard team, Dragons, but they're all kind of like a minute 30. They're all like a minute 30. So let's keep that in mind because that might inform my recommendation going forward, right? You've got a Raids team, spectacular. You haven't done Rune of Silent Death. You don't really have to, right? You know, Illunia is really the one that you want to do. I'm going up TOA, nice. I pulled Theodora, the Fire Spectre Princess today. Mike, actually, like legitimately, that unit, I think, has the coolest third skill animation in the game, like no cap. I actually think that it's almost not even close, to be honest. Like, have you guys seen this? Hold on, purely because, hold on. Just in case people haven't seen it. I just want to show because it's like right there and we're talking about it. This, I think, is the coolest third skill animation in the game, barring like transmog skills. You know what I mean? Like base skin. Look at this crit animation. This is the coolest, most inspired third skill that I've ever seen. Like, actually. It's so good, bro. Like, just the giant crawling out of the ground and the cinematic camera angles, like, very cool. One more crit animation, then we'll go back to what we were doing. I can't get enough. That's fantastic. Spectacular. Like, kudos to who, like, the direction for that skill. Whoever did that, amazing. Shows that they've been learning in the 11 years, dude. Like, they haven't just been sitting there. They've been learning from all of these. Okay. So let's talk about direction for where to go here. This is for L-Dog on YouTube. Tim Bennett. Hey, Evan, I pulled Dark Beetle Guardian yesterday. Oh my God, congratulations. While at work, that's an easy way to make work way better. I asked for runes. Is it okay if I ask for runes and stat recommendations plus your personal opinion on Axion? Yes, absolutely. Let me do that right after I help L-Dog. I'll help L-Dog with this because they just want direction. So immediately, my first thought is, I think if you're here, we could probably push you towards a minute or like high sub 1 minute with very few changes, to be honest. Like immediately, like your Giants team, for instance, like I think if you just take out Fran and like you could take out Fran and make that like a Shannon, or like I would say go more aggressive with it. I think the Fran and the Lauren are both kind of holding you back. If I may be so bold, I think what you could try to do is something akin to like the Teshar build. You could kind of do something akin to the Teshar team. I don't know if you have Teshar. If you don't have Teshar, I think you can do a pretty good impression of the Teshar team with like, with a Kamamir or like a Rage Veramos, to be honest. I don't know how well that would work. I haven't tried that, but I think you could maybe do something like that. Oh wow, and I don't know if this is all of your, and this is actually this is a good one. This is also a good one for Giants. Marina, could you take a look at my account? It would be my pleasure to take a look at your account, Marina. That would be so cool. Like actually, that'd be so fun. So what I would try to do, you already have Konamiya built. Let's go home real quick because I actually think that this is relatively, I don't know if we want to do this. The Teshar team, which by the way, guys, this is the video coming out on Saturday. We're doing a Teshar Speed Team Starter Guide video on, it's all done. It's coming out on Saturday. We try to be a little bit ahead, right? So anyway, so this team, you could make this team right out the gate, right? And I don't know how well it would work without Teshar. Frankly, we could give it a try for so inclined. It's just, you need to make your damage dealer slightly slower than Prilea. Prilea sets up defense break, your damage dealer goes, Konamiya boosts up your Teshar, right? Boom. And you got yourself a really solid comp. But for where you're at, I think if you were to like remove the Fran and the Lauren, because I think the Fran and the Lauren are causing you to have some variance. That's a lot of multi-hits. It's a lot of multi-hits. So you could take out those two, just have like one set up. I would like ditch one, you can keep the other if you're so inclined. Or you could swap to a full triple fight set Prilea, like instead of Lauren. So just put Prilea on, remove the Fran, and put in like a damage dealer or something like that. I think there's value in that. Maybe a Kamamir. A Kamamir works, Shaman works. Who else am I thinking of? Kamamir, Shaman, I'm trying to think of another one. I'm blanking on his name. Yeah, that's fine. I'll just list those two examples. I think those two examples are perfect. Thank you. Okay. Is there anything else that we can immediately do? I do want to check out the runes on your Dragons comp, actually, real quick, if I may. How quick is that Giants team? Brian, the one that I showed with Teshar, the fastest is 29 seconds. The fastest it's ever cleared is 29 seconds. But generally speaking, it hovers around like 43 to like 30 something. right? I can run it for you if you'd like to see it. Oh, it looks like maybe your Giants team isn't out. Oh no, there it is. Okay. Cool, Verd's high damage. Verd is high damage, right? Where's your Lauren? Lauren's looking good. She's on Swift. Let me see this. I don't know if this is probably not Crow. So this Crow might need a little bit of a change because it's very low crit rate, very low crit damage, and it's also very slow. So I don't think this Crow is really going to move in an impactful position. So I would maybe recommend re-runing him if you plan to keep using him. It's okay that he's on Fatal, but I would do is you could do attack crit damage attack crit rate HP. I think mine is actually runed attack crit damage HP, if I'm not mistaken. A little extra HP, it's not a problem. You know, if we're scaling with crit damage, it's okay to have HP, right? That's just kind of how it is. Okay, let's take a brief pause real quick. Before I answer Tim Bennett's question, I just wanted to show this, right? So like, let's just do a run of this team. So again, guys, the starter team video for this is coming out Saturday. So if you want to make this team for yourself, you totally can. The brief though is Prylia is on triple fight, so is Konamiya. You basically put fight sets wherever you can, right? We got Teshar. Pretty low crit rate, to be honest, because of the crit rate lead that she provides. 33% is crazy. Now watch this. So the team is gonna wipe, or at least hopefully, because you know I kind of want to show you what it's capable of. Yes, okay, so this is great. So now he's gonna wipe everything, right? And they're pretty low. He'll do it in a second after, let's see, perfect, great. But this is where the longevity comes from. The Wind Homunculus, dude, is so good because he can die, revive himself, and finish off the boss. It is so cool because it's like, you see, so at its best, it can be 29 seconds if like, for whatever reason, perfect RNG, they don't wipe, it's incredible. But at its worst, the Wind Homunculus can kind of come in and save the day. So, super great. Such a fun team, highly recommend. If you want to build it for yourself, there's a video coming out on Saturday. Okay, let's take a break real quick and address Tim Bennett's question. So Tim Bennett is asking about Actius, or Action. Congratulations, by the way. Newest monster family in the game. Vorbius, what's going on? The Beetle Guardians. So this one attacks all enemies 2 times to deal damage proportionate to your defense. Each hit leaves a branding effect for 2 turns and increases their cooldown time by 1 turn with a 50% chance. I love it, just keeps going. I love that. Marina, that's so funny. Sorry about that. Stream Elements tends to be like extra sensitive around like America's Sonnet times and SWC times, you know? So it's like, I think we might need to bring the, I don't know exactly what you said, but we might need to bring the word filter down. Okay. Ferris says, switch your Shaman with Luna, Evan. It would be faster. Ferris, I agree with you about that sentiment, but I use this Shaman in many places. This Shaman is actually on my Giants team, my Dragons team, my Necro team, and beyond. And all the runes that I would put on Luna are on other people. So like for me, it just makes sense to have it be Shaman, but for other people, it probably would make more sense for it to be Luna. But yeah, that's, or change, people are saying change Shaman with Lynn, change Shaman Luna. These are all super valid suggestions, but just so you guys know, when you're like watching if you watch the video on Saturday, something just to keep in mind is when I build those like starter teams, I kind of try to keep in mind what I've already asked people to build, if that makes sense. It's like, I've asked you to build a Shaman for this video and this video and this video. So I know that if you're kind of following along with the channel, you already have this monster built. So I don't want to go tell you to build like a different thing. I was like, you know, if you've built this Shaman here, good news, you can use him here too. It's like that sort of thing. So, but with that said, you guys are totally right. Like Lan and Luna would do great in this dungeon. Okay, now on to the question at hand. What do I think of this monster? I think this is really cool follow-up. This second one increases defense of all allies for 2 turns, goes under threat state. I do think this is very fun follow-up. Truly. So it's like wherever you'd run something after a AoE strip or something like that, you could instead bring Axion. Axion applies branding, potentially increases cooldown. and it's potentially a 2-turn increase. So you can imagine putting him somewhere where you'd put something like a Zabala effect, a Belinus effect, like Chung Pung 3rd skill, something like that. So he's trying to follow that up. Now, with that in mind, what would I rune this monster on? Preferably, I think Violent is really great for most things. You could do so anything that that has like long cooldowns, it really wants Violent, because if you look at this, right, so it's down to 3 turns afterwards. That's not so bad. 4 turns, a proc gets that down further. So I personally like the idea of Violent on this guy. Then I would still go Will, perhaps. I could also see a case made for like for Revenge, because he has a really impactful first skill, because he tries to strip and also deal damage based on his defense. Or you could go for something that's more like just functional. You could go with Guard, but I think probably Vio Will is where you'd want to go. Okay, great shot. Great call. I'm glad you got him. Let's go to the next one. Hi, Yuno. What's going on? S. Chendensky says, hello from Brazil. Salvi from California. How are you? Tudo beleza? S. Chendensky, let me know what you want help with if you have anything. So next, we got J. Mill. Collecting the monsters for the Dark Deck Heavy Lord. What rune should I put on him when I get him? Vio-Nem. Violent and Nemesis. Perfect combo for him. Such a fun combo. Dr. Perp says that Despair would be nutty for the Dark Beetle Guardian. It would be. It might be a little bit overkill, you know, because it's like, but so Dr. Perp, anytime you see like an AoE hit, like you kind of want to go for Despair and it suddenly becomes valid. But I would say on the Dark Beetle Guardian, you may not need Despair purely because you're already potentially increasing their cooldown times, and you're applying threat state on yourself. So it's like that is already 2 forms of crowd control. So it's like a third might be a little bit overkill, and you might prefer the skill cooldown time that Violent brings. But I'm not going to sit here and say that Despair is a bad idea. Despair is very, very rarely a bad idea, except when it's Adriana in the Guild Siege support units. That's when it's a bad idea. Insight. Hey, Evan, I shared an arena match, super close. Would love a review on how to flex my arena times. Working really hard on them. Wait. Oh, is this your Axion, by the way? Oh, this is pretty sick. If this is like speed tuned to something, like if this is speed tuned to go after like an AoE strip, it's fantastic. Okay. So Violent Nemesis for that, and someone just said that they shared an arena replay. Oh, that's right. It's Trent. I'm Trent, and I meant Dungeon Time. Sorry. Okay, wait. So let me see the arena replay real quick. Let's see what Trent's got for us. Abdul, I'd love to try to help. Yeah, post in chat channel 11 on global server. I got you. Okay, so we got Sonya coming in. Oh no, it's an anti-Sonya Veramos. Oh no, bro. Oh, that's the worst. Oh, I did not expect that to not go through, to be honest. Okay, yeah, this is looking pretty rough. We're gonna skip through some of these turns because we're kind of at parity here. We're gonna push through. Feng Yan is breaking through the barriers. He's putting defense break on. Camilla gets a huge proc so that Chandra can confirm the kill on the Camilla. That was super unfortunate. Oh, bad trade for Etna. Now Sonya comes in on the deaf broken Feng Yan. That was a really good call, actually, Trent. I really like that you chose to, because you had to do it there. Because if you didn't do it then, you lost all of your access to defense break, and Sonya would never be able to kill. That was a really good, it was great that you saw that moment and took it, because that was truly the last time that Sonya could have confirmed a kill on a Feng Yan. So that was really nice. Is this just Oliver being Oliver? From here, thankfully, now it might only have to be Oliver being Oliver, but I think Sonya is going to expedite it, right? So Guard Crush, they're making dangerous progress on Oliver. He's trying to proc out of the realm of danger. Oh, he gets one last couple of turns here. Guard Crush actually works on the Camilla. Dude, this is huge. This is huge. So I acknowledge that Oliver was fantastic here, right? But that read on like, this is my one shot to get the Feng Yan, that's what won you the game. That's what got you the win. That was awesome. Very cool. Okay, let me bounce back up because I skipped a bunch. I just wanted to not forget that. That was a really good game. Okay, Marina, could you take a look at my account? Just kind of lost. Well, it happens.
Okay, let's see how Marina's been doing. Yes, Sonya is actually super nuts.
Guys, is Trinity Dark Valk any good for early game? New player re-rolling for an LD. So, and I'd love to defer this question to chat too. So chat, I'd love to hear your thoughts on Trinity, the Dark Valkyrie. To me, early, not necessarily, but she is damage, and damage is great, right? You know, because you kind of do need damage sources early. Where she can be used is as a 33% speed lead in arena, like down the line. But I don't think she's that stellar for like new players. Generally speaking, she's kind of lower on the totem pole when it comes to like LD5s to begin with, which is kind of what I've been kind of beating around the bush, right? Waiting to say, right? But like, you know, if you've got her, great. You have a 33 lead that's kind of not contested most of the time, right? You know, for better or for worse, it's not contested. I don't think it's super stellar early, but like you'll be happy to have her when you need a 33 lead later is what I'd say. Boom. Okay. C3 in arena. RTA is looking like F3 right now. Got some great times, right? So you've got the Kyle team, spectacular. You're using the version with Shina, love it. Okay, okay. Huh. I wonder if we could speed up your Giants time, but we don't have to. By the way, maybe now would be a good time for me to talk about how it's like, I love speeding up dungeons, but it's not always super necessary. You know what I'm saying? If you have like a high sub 1 minute or like just over a minute time, but it's very consistent and nails 30 every single time, there's truly no need to upgrade unless you really want to, right? I really want to. That's why I like making speed teams, because I find it to be fun, and I remember loving that feeling of crafting a comp in the beginning, but it's like later, it really burns through energy fast, right? Like it burns through your energy, and then that leads to burning through crystals, right, for refreshes. So if you ever want to, you can just try to ease off. Now, where it is really good though is, first of all, Trent just shouted out, it is extremely satisfying getting like a 20-second, sub 20 is crazy, sub 20-second run. That is insane. It's also great for folks who maybe don't have enough time to play the game, don't have a ton of time to dedicate to Summoner's Ward daily. You just want to clear out your energy, right? So that's where a speed team becomes really cool, but okay. So Marina, selfishly, I think we should maybe take you deeper in RTA. I feel like an RTA comp would be great for you. I mean, look at this, dude. You've got Irene, you also have Lamila. Oh my God, dude. But I don't know if we're gonna play with Lamila. Lamila is really content. She's very content-y, you know what I mean? Like, you pick her because you like big numbers, you know? Like that's, in fact, I made a video recently where I say just that. Oh my God, dude, you got the Fire Megami too? Okay, so yeah, we should definitely push you deeper in RTA. Dude, you can first pick the Water Twins, right? Or first pick Irene. First pick Irene, you can pick Fire Megami as a 28% speed lead in arena. So good, right? And this is a strip and remove an enemy from a game. This is and just remove someone from play. Asher is spectacular, but we need to diversify. I think a Ciara. You just pick good toolbox monsters. Like you can even do Oliver. You could do Oliver, Irene, Water Twin Angels, Asher. Like this is just a super just good stuff team. This is a team that's just built of good stuff. And then your flex pick at the end, you can do Smicer if you want. You could do Gyo, because they might pick it against you, to be honest. You could pick a Ciara or something like that. I think this is all very relevant. Oh, and we haven't even talked about your LDs. What are we doing? Oh my God, bro. Oh my, Marina. Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious. She has everything, dude. I think, yeah. So, and then you just last pick one of the, like two of these. Oh my God. I just got Berg, so I had to get Leo with it. Wow. Wow. No, that's amazing. Does Irene's skill 3 ignore resistance? It does not. It does not ignore resistance. It can be resisted. Oh, that's a good point. I've actually seen that too. I think a table, yeah. Okay, yeah, so deeper into RTA for sure. Marina, you're gonna have a great time. Truly, I think you just pick like toolbox units because you have a ton. Like this is what I wanna be playing. You're just playing high value units that offer a ton of options. First pick Oliver because it's probably the most contested unit. Like you could do Oliver, Water Twins, Fire Megami. So now you've got Water, Wind, Fire, right? So now you got Water, Wind, Fire, Oliver, Water Twins, and then Fire Megami, and then you last pick like Berghild Zeratu or like Zeratu Narsha, something like that. And now they can't even like lean one element over another towards you because you picked one of each element. That is so sick. So 3 speed leads and 2 LDs. Yep, gotcha. Yeah, exactly. Now with that said, Marina, 3 speed leads is a little much, right? So it's like, if we want to, we can reduce one of those, right? Like I'll let you pick which one, but you totally can like drop one of them if you want to. I would probably say like, it's hard to say because they're all so good. So like, yeah, those, and then your flex picks are obviously gonna be like Leo, Smicer, Juno, Ciara, like all those things, right? If you see you need more damage, you can pick a Ciara over an Oliver, etc. Sorry, that's a very fun account. I always forget like how jam-packed your account is, and the fact that you pulled a Berghild recently is just the icing on the cake. Okay. Yuna says, I'm the only one who doesn't have LD5s. Wait, you've got so many LD5s. I feel like you pull new LD5s all the time. Okay. G Mill says, what is your opinion on the new Rift raids? I don't know about opinion, or what should I say? I think it's cool that they've added like, you know, areas where it's got like more tight drop tables, so that way you're more likely to get certain things. But as other people have pointed out, the rates haven't inherently changed. It's just the drop table has condensed, right? But I think it's cool. And I've already mentioned it this stream, so I don't need to go into too much detail, but I think part of the magic of Summoner's War is that team building aspect and trying to find the right thing for it. And also, something to keep in mind too is that like as you have units runed, right, those runes are not accounted for in your rune inventory. So it's like having more monsters equipped with more runes means that you indirectly get more rune storage, which is kind of nice because like for the new Rift raids, I've like actually runed up a ton of new units, right? Because I suddenly need 3 teams for each one that are elementally skewed in the correct direction. So I think it's cool. I think it still needs a little bit of tuning, if I'm being honest. And only time will tell if it's going to be as helpful as they want it to be. But I'd love to hear what people in chat think as well. Okay. Oh, here's a good question. Trent, do you think they'll ever add a Devilmon to RTA for even like 100 so people use the wings? That's a really good question. So something that this is mostly speculative. Now I've had conversations not about Devilmon specifically, but other stuff with the devs. And what I know based on and this is just kind of a peek into how they kind of think about certain elements of the game, right? We really like RTA, but not everybody really likes RTA. As soon as you start putting items in RTA that are like deemed to be necessary, like I would say, like I feel like most people would agree that a Devilmon is a necessary thing. Like we all prioritize getting our weekly one from the Glory Shop. So I think they might be hesitant to put certain high priority items inside the RTA one because they don't necessarily want to force people to play RTA. You know, there's mostly optional stuff in RTA, right? It's truly all optional. Like there's scrolls, but they're capped, and you know, technically you can get scrolls from anywhere. So it's like, you know, they can even drop in dungeons, right? So same concept, right? I feel like if you did something like that, you'd need to make a conversion for normal arena points and RTA points. Perhaps, Marina. Yeah, there might need to be some messing around with the economy. But yeah, that's my take on that, Trent, just based on conversations that I've had with the devs like years ago. Now, with that said, times change, right? So I don't want to make it sound like none of that is ever going to happen. But just based on what I know about them, I wouldn't expect it, to be totally honest with you. Thank you, Ultra Death Lord. Rogue Shadow says, love the videos, always super entertaining. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Rogue. Thank you. I'm glad you like them. We've got a few more coming out. So I mentioned it, but we've got a starter guide for the Teshar speed team on Saturday. We also have a top 11 debuffs, harmful effects video coming out to kind of pair with the beneficial effects one that launched last weekend. So that's coming out soon too. Let's take a peek in here. So, which I've been working on for years. And Federica. So Trent again. So let's see here. Whoa, wait, what's up with your Necro team? What? Wait, whoa, wait, what? Wait a minute. Trent, there's a whole unit. There's a whole unit missing. You're missing 20% of your team. That's crazy. Wait, that's awesome. What's their opinion on Monster AI then if Federica has not 100%? Wait, when you say Federica has not won, are you putting Federica on like defense? Or are you trying to use her? You're trying to use her in Punishers. I see. Wow. Well, interesting. That's kind of crazy. How does this? Let me look at your runes real quick. I want to see this. Trying to get my rune quality up, not at the point where I can speed run dungeons. Not a problem, Rogue. It really does take time. Now, with that said, I would tell you the video coming out on Saturday, the Teshar team, like it's not as difficult to rune as you might think. So you may be surprised. I'm gonna try to see if I can help my friend and editor Michael edit one for himself. Actually, I'll share them, but you can take a look at my monsters. They're all out. Awesome, thank you. So what I wanted to look at, because like that was really fast. Wait, where's Abigail? I don't see Abigail. Like what's up with your Abigail, dude? And then your Rauk. Wait, now you're kind of making me want to try Necro with one fewer unit. Wait, I feel like the crucial units that are in these teams are not out, dog. Oh, maybe you did it in between. Sorry, only 5 stars are out. Okay, wait. Hold on a second. Trent. Okay, wait. How crazy? Okay, so this is my Abigail. Wait, why is my Abigail an Abigail? Oh, I must have awakened her. Why is, okay, so how much crazier does my Abigail have to be to do what you're doing? Also wait, which Rauk? This is the Vio fight Rauk. How much crazier do my units have to be to do what you're doing? Wait, hold on, wait. I never thought, this is kind of crazy. Wait, so you want to do something like, is this the Vio one? The Vio fighter one. Okay, am I missing, like what do I need to do what you just did, Trent? This is crazy. Abigail has to be the first to play to give Deathbreak in her. Okay, wait, let's just try and see what happens. Can this even clear with just 4? Okay, 0 accuracy, chat. 0 accuracy on Abigail. 0, not even in artifacts. That's 0. In chat, oh shoot, dude. Wait, let's just watch. Oh, this isn't working. Oh, dude, I'm a failure. Oh, dude, it's over. Oh, I'm cooked. Chat, oh my God, dude, Aster almost died. Wait, chat, hold on. Aster just offed herself. Hold on a minute. So what are you doing? Okay, comparable, not too crazy. It's even missing an artifact. Ikaru, right? Okay, same. Oh, there you go. There you go. That's what I'm missing. Crazy Rauk. This is Rauk that's seen war. This is Rauk that has seen some stuff, dude. Like that's what this is. Oh, I see. Wait, are you guys using a Vamp Aster? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. forgot the ashtray. It's in chat. That Rauk is, because exactly, no, I was like tabbing through and I was like, okay, and then I saw Rauk and I was like, wow, that's crazy. Whoa, Rogue Shadow says, I got blessed last year with the Dark Desert Queen and since then, I've been struggling in RTA and I'm excited for the Teshar video with my 5-star I picked last year. That's awesome. Dude, Nefties is fantastic in RTA actually. I feel like, I'm sure you know, but like, there's some great opportunities there. Like, and you can also use her with like cleave options in Arena. Did you get your third LD yet? No, dude, I'm years away from my third LD. What the? I had like nearly a 5-year gap. No, it was an unironic 5-year gap in between LDs for me. Glass Goblins, welcome back. Oh, wait, you can use double bird instead of shaman? Wait, so no, I don't think you can, because like for, oh, maybe this is talking about giants. This is talking about giants. Sorry, I was like, for necro you can't, because you can't boost attack bar. We watched that one? Okay, let's see. Marina, could you give me a hand with arena defense? Chat, would you hit this defense? Oh, wow, actually, I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would. I don't know. This is actually pretty good. Caswo says Zyros food. You can Leo this. It says Mr. Penguin Games like, you can Leo that. I can Leo this. Dude, that's honestly that I'm gonna start saying that for real life events. You know, it's like, yeah, they got a street blocked off. Yeah, I can Leo that. That's just gonna be, I'm gonna put that on a shirt. I can Leo this. To be fair, Evan, you can Leo almost everything in arena. Grog and go chomp chomp. Okay, so it's dragon food is what I'm hearing. So be it Grogan or Zyros, some dragon is gonna eat it alive. So let's see what we can do to change that. I love Abellio, but you know, Abellio's not really gonna help us in that situation because he will get reset too. I don't know if Lamila is the well, Leica, kinda. So we love HP leads. We love Karnal's HP lead. I think you go Karnal. I think you go Byung-chul. We know you have Camilla, right? Camilla Abellio, right? Camilla Abellio. Literally like Karnal, Byung-chul, Camilla Abellio. I feel like that actually works, right? Thoughts, chat? Thoughts? Am I tripping? I feel like that's goated. Do we want to use your LDs? I don't think so. I actually don't think we do. Dude, I feel like that's pretty good. I think again, Karnal lead for HP, 44% HP lead. You get you go Byung-chul. Sorry guys, I'm tired. We had a Soul Strike stream a couple hours ago, right? And I tried to re-up on calories after that. It's tough. It's tough, guys. And then yeah, so I think we do something like that. Glass Kingdom said that they shared a replay. Let me check this real quick. Glass Kingdom, what's your name? Where I don't know how I won. Are you Nas? Vorvius, perhaps? Or wait, Vorvius? That's not you. Vorvius is a different. Oh, Vorvius sent. Vorvius is also Vorvius on Twitch. Nice Asima. Eunice sharing the Zeratu. Incredible. Same name. Glass Kingdom. Are you guys seeing something I'm not seeing? Oh, it might be past the point of me being. Share it again. Share it again, and I'll look at it. Abdul, been playing for a while now. Oh no! Oh wait, where's Abdul? There we go. Cool. Would be nice to get some insight. I think Abdul said RTA, etc. So Abdul's over on Twitch. Let's see what I can do. I feel like this mic is gonna fall out of my pocket, so I'm just gonna set it in front of me. Wow. Very nice color scheme you've got going on here, Abdul, with the light and the blue. You got the tertiary blue in all these guys. It is very cool. Let's see what's happened. So you haven't really pushed into RTA yet, and that's kind of what you want to talk about. Oh, Naruto fan, nice. Trent, remind me, and I'll take a look at the arena defense shortly after this. You've been playing for a while. That Necro team is so funny. It's just throw twins at it. Throw twins at the boss and it'll solve itself. Wait, I have more LD5s than Evan? Yes. Sunjung Lao, Isis, Kavarchi, Ritsu, Axion. Maybe I am the Come To Us employee. Yeah, guys. Honestly, if Come To Us employment is dictated by LD5s, then maybe I don't work here after all. Honestly, that's so funny. Yeah, Nas, we could take a break and do some replay reviews for a second. I think that's a fun way to kind of splice it up. Okay, Abdul Hakim Fox. So, okay, I'm seeing some cleave options here, but that's kind of hard to play right out the gate. Shiho and more. Okay, we'll remember that. So I'm just gonna highlight things that I'm seeing that I like along the way, right? So I love the Chandra. We've got Adriana to support cleave, if that's what we want to do. I don't think we do. The Ramael and Judaya. I missed this, actually. I didn't see this on my first scroll through. I'm Employee of the Month then, says Fluffy Lines. Evan, would you attack this AD? Jingxie, Vela Jewel, Gideon the Water Beetle, or Fina, the Wind Spectre Princess? Dude, I think that gets Lucian, Valinchan. I'm so sorry to say, I think it actually gets Lucian. Because I know Gideon gives damage reduction based on his defense, but I actually think you can Lucian most of that. I would put in some sort of death prevention effect for the rest of the team instead of just Orfina, because Orfina does it for herself, but I would maybe think about throwing in either like a Tyrannus, an Abellio, or maybe not an Abellio, like a Vanessa, something like that. I don't know. But I think you can get double Lucianed with that. Oh, she does it for the whole team now. I don't know. So the only thing is that, like, I love the comp in theory. It's so hard to say yes 100% for defense-based teams on AD, strictly because Lucian exists, right? Which, honestly, dude, I wish that we had arena, like, seasons where it's like certain things were banned. It's like no ignore defense. It's like no this, no that. It's kind of hard to, no bombs this season. It could get weird. It's like no branding this season or something like that. I don't know. Rogue Shadow says, won't lie, not normally a stream watcher, but this is kind of peak. The interaction is a vibe. That makes me so happy to read, Rogue. Thank you. It's awesome for me. This is my favorite time of like the week, like being able to talk with you guys. And also account reviews is a really different kind of stream because it's predominantly discussion based, which is really fun. That's why I like it when people ask about like, will we ever see something like this? And I can kind of say like, oh, I've talked to the devs and they've done, they've, in the past they haven't been as into this, so don't expect it, or, this is a possibility. I like that. So thank you for saying that. Does Water Beetle work on Lucian? Yeah, I think the Water Beetle works in the sense that his passive activates, but I don't necessarily think it's good into Lucian, right? Because even damage reduction, he's still ignoring defense. So we can play around with it. So back to the question at hand. We're looking at Abdul's account, and he's asking for help with RTA. The Water Twin Angels, definitely a highly contested first pick in RTA right now. So to me, I think you'll probably want to first pick this. Other things to just keep in mind, you have a Moore, you've got a Shiho. Let's keep looking. Juno for counter picks, Masha. Oh, Fire Megami. Oh my God. Dude. Okay, hold on. I'm trying not to get too excited. Let's pull back for a second. This is great. This is actually a counter pick. This is a cool counter pick. I like this unit. Same with Leo. Dude, you could honestly go Ramael Judaya, just right out the gate. I haven't even seen the rest of your monsters. You could go Water Twin Angels, Fire Megami, Jingxie. Jingxie and Fire Megami are a very fun synergy because Fire Megami's passive, it really wants to make your opponent incentivized to attack him, right? Now, Jingxie is the same thing, but for different reasons. So now what you can do is so your opponents, by attacking Fire Megami, are dodging Fire Megami's passive, but now Jingxie's can activate. And then if they attack Jingxie, then now Fire Megami's passive is activating. So this is just a fun combo because it's it's kind of like running Molly and Jingxie and all these units that basically say, I do this unless you hit me. And both of them say that. So you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. You got to hit one of them, right? But you're going to get punished either way. So right now I'm kind of leaning more like a bruiser strategy that just kind of wants to stick around and get incremental value. If you want to use your LDs, you could technically use Jaeger on this comp. Oh my God, you've got a yawn. Dude, here we go. Okay, now we're talking. Kinky. Okay, you got 2 Kinkies. Wow. You've got an Ong. You've got an Ongyuki. Okay, so yeah, I think you maybe go for something like that. And then sometimes you can just like, you could just throw in a pick for like Oliver and pick Yonhong, or you can pick like another sustain. Because truly with a, well, actually I forget the Water Twin Angels can partially sustain your team. I always forget about that. Recovers the ally's HP by 15%, creates a shield that's 10% of your, dude, yeah, there you go, awesome. Vorvius, thank you. Vorvius, I'm gonna head out. Thanks for hanging out, Vorvius. Thank you for hanging out, dude. I'll see you next time. Oh, sorry guys. That happens sometimes. That means if you sent stuff in chat, we're gonna have to send it again. Every so often, like if you go in and out of people's islands, the game just like, I think it's holding on to like remnants of like the memories of the islands, and so it just crashes after a while. I don't think it's a bug that a lot of people encounter. I really only encounter it on streams like this. Okay, chat channel 11. But we were pretty much, I think we got what we needed out of Abdul's account. So what I would do, I'm so glad it's helpful, dude. So I like Water Twin Angels first pick. Jingxie, if they're bringing like AoE stuff or like whatever, you can honestly just pick it as part of your core comp. Jingxie, Fire Megumi. I like my Jingxie to have a 100% crit rate, just so you know. I really like getting that crit. Like when he moves, you really want him to do damage, right? So I would do that. And then Fire Megumi, Jingxie, and then run like, if you want to run Jaeger, you can. If you want to run Yonhong there, that's another good one. And then I'd leave that 5th slot open for just like a counter pick. Night Owl. Oh, actually, wait, real quick. I'd really appreciate advice on whether or not the devs are considering some AI buffs. So first, I think Trent asked for help on the arena defense, so let's just look at this. It is really unique. The only thing that's a little off to me is like the Oliver Juno. I don't even mind the Hagang. I don't mind the Camilla. It's just the Oliver Juno. Oh, nice. Deshill says Fire Megami and Smicer has a lot of control too, so they could do that. And Cafe SW, I am on global right now. Itsnar, any chance I could snag some progression tips in order to progress in RTA? I've been playing just over a year and I feel like I've been treading water in Giants forever. When I play mostly turn 2, I'm always lucky in game looking for account progression tips to improve my RTA rating. Yeah, dude, absolutely. Let's talk about it. Abdul, me too, dude. Truly. I don't have a Water Fairy or Vanessa Juno, and so Juno is a 180 Despair Will. Oh, that's cool. She's on Despair Will, so that way Hagang has something to activate on. That's clever. That's really clever, actually. I like that. It's a little something about it seems a little bit awkward, just because I think there's not enough payoff here, right, for Hagang's boost. I would like to see like, if you're gonna do this, this is kind of like a counter cleave setup, right? So it's like they strip you and try to inflict debuffs. Hagang cleanses, boosts the team, right? And then he has his skill 2 to activate. And now you have a big opportunity to kind of clap back. So I think maybe if you're gonna go with something like this, you just go a little bit more aggressive with it. You can keep Oliver for the speed lead if you're so inclined, but I would maybe swap out Camilla and Juno and just go all in. It's like if you wanna go counter cleave, just go for it, you know? Go for the AoE defense break into big damage, something like that. That's what I would do. Now, as far as the AI question, I think the devs have made moves towards fixing AI in certain circumstances. Like we always see that kind of towards the bottom of like balance patches. But I don't hear them openly talk about like that sort of thing. But that doesn't mean it's not happening, because they also didn't talk about it the last time they did it. So they're clearly thinking about it. That's all I mean to say. So Glass Kingdom shared this a while ago. And so Glass Kingdom is using Tetsuo, which is the Fire Megami, by the way. Wow, and oops, the Light Twin Angels using Silver, the Light Hacker. This is a cool comp. Oh, I have it on super fast. Etna moves first. Unsurprisingly, we get a confirmed kill in the beginning. Whoa, this guy's team is awesome. I actually did not look at this guy's team at all. Whoa, dude. Okay, bro. Glass Kingdom, I'm glad you won, but I have to admit, I'm a fan of this guy's comp, dude. This is kind of sick. Wait, you win this? There's no way you win. What? Oh, okay, so now you kill Benedict. Oh my God. There's no way. This is a crazy victory. Dude, if I was your opponent, I would have been emoting like crazy, by the way, and then I'd be so embarrassed at the end. He's still alive? Oh my God, this thing won't go away. Wow, okay. And now the light twin angels is all you need. And he only has skill 1. Holy, dude, wow. Last Kingdom, I was not expecting that. That was crazy. That was a great turnaround, actually. Big plays, big plays. Filter, I'm on global right now. Wow, that was awesome. Dude, it wasn't even like a proc that got you the win. It was just like, you built your silver so tanky that he ignored the defense and he still survived. That was awesome. Okay, let's see what we got next. Oh, this is Rogue. Yes, I'd love to check your islands. Is that all? You just want me to look at your islands? Is there anything else you need help with, Rogue? What you got? What you got for me? Yeah, Glass. That was crazy. That was a real treat, actually. Let me just see what's going on. There's the Nefties, right? RTA. Okay, so you have Nefties. Like if you want to, I'm a big fan of using your LDs, right? So let's see if you have like an AoE strip option, like a Chiwu or something like that, right? Technically this steals, but it's not what we're looking for. We want something closer to a Chung Pung. We like the Chung. Does this strip? No, I think it's. It doesn't strip. It decreases the duration of all beneficial effects granted on all enemies by 2 turns each. After that, it attacks all enemies to block them from removing harmful effects. Oh, wait a minute. That's actually kind of a good parent. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's actually kind of goated with Nefties. What's his base speed? 101? That's not bad. It's not bad. Okay, so do we want to run something like this? Because you take like speed lead, so you bring Nefties as 1 speed lead, and then you go another. So you've been going Chung Pung, Leon, Water Fairy King, and Wind Dragon. So I think with Nefties, I think what you might want to do, love the Chung. I think we can still bring Chung. It's just the reason why I'm trying to find something else. Let me show you why I'm trying to find something else. Oh, this is not bad either. So the reason I'm trying to find something else is that even after skill ups, right? This is not 100%. This is not, hey, J-Mac, what's up, Jeff? This is not 100% activation. So Chung Pung is actually not the most reliable strip option out there. We can still use him, and he's great follow-up too, actually. So it's like a Chung Pung with a Nefties is like devastating. Need me to fill you in for these two, Evan? Please, absolutely. I'm gonna go cook some food before I go. Do you think Federica will get an AI buff for skill 2? I need her for my script speed, for my Punisher's crypt speed team. Trent, I will try to push that forward. I will let them know, because that's an admirable effort. Dude, I almost think you could actually use the light Megami. I almost feel like you could use the light Megami as your strip option to set up for Nefties. You can pick this as another speed lead option too, right? And then so now you've got Chung Pung for follow-up. You have Nefties. If they presumably they're gonna ban your Nefties, you can then go with something after that. Let's see what else you have back here. You got a Zabala. Zabala's amazing to follow up after that. Trix works nicely with Nefties. Does he have a Trix? Maybe I didn't see it. I did not. I don't remember seeing a Trix. Wait. Oh, yes, he does have a Trix. Oh my God. Great eye. So, sorry, guys. Sometimes Sometimes I miss monsters as we scroll through here. Yeah, that's awesome. Wow. Target's HP is reduced by 3% for every harmful effect granted. That's actually kind of insane. It's actually awesome. Okay, let's go back. And now, let me see here. Real quick, before I look around. Wait, did somebody just get this? Oh, congratulations. We were just talking about this unit. We were literally just talking about Orfina. What are the odds of that? So, let's watch the replay from Nas. Oh, Nas is doing kind of a spicy version of the debuff comp here. Oh my god, you are brave, bro. Leaving the Wind Nobara? You left the Wind Nobara on a defense comp? I mean, I guess you have some attack bar reduction, but oh my goodness. Good googly moogly. Okay. Oh, Ciara missed the bomb. Bro, that was so fortunate. The game would have ended right there. That's crazy. Oh no. Okay, so Wind Nobara is definitely the scary thing here. She's resisting it. Okay. Okay. Now things are a little scary. Absorb attack bar, right? Okay, everybody loses 25%. Ba, ba, ba. Wow, it all goes on Belinus. You're kidding me. Every single hit, huh? All of them hit Belinus? No way, dude. Okay, wait, he's gonna kill something, right? There's no way you win. Dude, wait. No way! Against all odds, by the way. So, let's be honest. There's a lot of luck involved in this one, right? So it's like Ciara missed the bomb, check. And then like Wind Nobara could have hit everyone, but instead all 4 hits went on Belinus. That was crazy. But hey, honestly, it's the great equalizer, dude. RNG is the great equalizer. It giveth and it taketh away. What an incredible showcase, dude. That was awesome. That was super fun. Okay, let's look at... Where's... so let me... Because I think I've ignored Always Lucky. Always Lucky over on YouTube is Itznar. Help with account progression that would help me progress in RTA after farming giants for a year, but mainly playing turn 2. Oh, wow. Leo Lucifer? Oh, my goodness. Nefties, the Bay? Dude, what? Dude, World Arena is going to be fun with this account. Well, you could probably speed up this Giants team. I'm glad you're using Lucifer because he is amazing in Giants, right? Like, he's so good. And you're using him in everywhere that you can, which is kind of cool to see, too. Okay. I think I'm getting the suspicion you might need to farm for some more artifacts, though. Just something to keep in mind. Just to keep in mind, right? Because I'm noticing you've only cleared up to 3 and 2, so I would maybe think about that. But let's talk about RTA regardless. Amber is great follow-up to Nefties, actually, by the way. If you want to use this LD, so it's funny because we were just talking about that. You can draft a turn 1 Haygang, or I'm sorry, first pick Haygang. I do not mean turn 1. I love keeping Aya in for the memes. Nas Wade, I respect that. That's awesome. I was told to farm Giants, so haven't done anything else pretty much for a year. Itznar, that's great advice, to be honest. Giants is super... Oh my God. Excuse me. Giants is super important. That's what's going to get you in the game. Like, really. Building up a strong foundation of Swift runes is exactly what you need to do when you're first starting. Okay, so I think that... I don't know fully what you'll be able to do because I'd love to pick a second speed lead option or something, but you could first pick a Haygang. First pick Haygang, right? Then you can bring like your Nefties, right, for big setup, and your Amber is spectacular follow-up to that because her passive says that each attack disturbs the enemy's HP recovery for 1 turn, but in addition, when you attack by an enemy, the part that we want is when attacking an enemy deals additional damage by 4% of their max HP per harmful effect on the target. Now that's the big part that synergizes well with Nefties, right? Okay. I'll be able to live in a world without you, Ultra Deathlord. That's so sweet. I just swapped my Teshar for a Leo to finish the content team. That's awesome. Okay. Right now I run Haygang, Robo, Nefties, the Bay, +1. That's amazing. That's amazing. that +1 right there, Amber, could be an amazing part of that team to make it into a cleave. But honestly, you should do Lucifer. If you're doing, Lucifer's great too. You can do a Leo Lucifer comp. Like Leo Lucifer is the combo. Like you could do something akin to that. Oh, what the? Oh, what the? Dude's got super high value Nat 5s back here. Oh my God. Okay, wait. You gotta build this. You gotta build this too. Byung-chul's stellar for like arena defense. Technically, you can use him in RTA. It's just not really done a ton. Oh, I love Magnum. Oh my God, this is one of my favorite monsters. I would build Oliver and Irene like yesterday, like immediately, and then you can throw them on this. You can throw them on a comp too. Like these are just great monsters, right? So, dude, wow. Insane monsters. What a great collection. Okay, let's go back up to the top real quick. My defense, Super Saiyan Merlin, my defense is comical because of the sleeps, but some people don't fall prey to it. Oh my God. That's crazy. That's actually insane. Does double or Fina stack? That's a chat question. Chat, do we know about that? Does double or Fina stack? Like if you were in a situation where it's like arena defense, 2 Orphenas, does that stack? I don't know the answer to that. I wish I knew. Yes. Oh, it does. Desi, do you have can you cite a source? Can you cite your sources for me? MLA formatting, please. Militarian. Should we as a community be expecting another collab so soon after one just ended? So soon? Not necessarily. What I would do is I would count the time. I don't think I'm directly allowed to tell you like when something is coming, right? You know what I mean? But what I would say is count the amount of time in between collaborations because they're fairly steady. And I believe they're going to kind of consistently follow that sort of release schedule. So just look at this. Dr. Perf source, trust me, bro. Usually those damage reduction passives say they don't stack with similar effects. Hers doesn't. Oh, whoa, that's actually really cool. Oh my God, I have Irene. How good is Irene? Irene is fantastic right now, Ultra Death Lord. She is so good. She does a lot of stuff that not many people do. So third skill, right? Strip, remove 2 buffs, and exile someone. Someone is out of the game, and it reduces their attack bar. Someone is out of the game. It's like Scroll Trap from Jogun, but it strips, which is just as crazy as it sounds. I mean, there's a reason they didn't let that move they didn't let that move strip because it's crazy, and it turns out it is just as crazy as we thought. And then her skill 2 applies threat state on someone, but also a very unique buff that only she and one other monster, which is the dark one, apply, and that's the reflect harmful effects. I would put her on probably Violent, I think. I don't have her though. Please help, Evan. I'm Bunker Nair and I need help. Bunker Nair. Can you look at my account? I really want to be able to auto R5 by myself. Please help. Dude, I feel that's so hard. What do we got? So let me show you this. Let me show you mine real quick. This is, oh, sorry, I'm doing this wrong. So let's talk standard raids, okay? Because the rest are these are kind of like work in progress, right? So for the standard Kijar casual, okay? Because they just did the elements, and so elemental ones are going to drop certain varieties, but you can still raid normally. So I want to talk about just like my normal like team. So let's talk tenets, okay? Like important things for raids. If you're building like a new team, damage reduction effects are good, but you don't want to put them on the same comp because they don't stack unless you're like Orphina or the Water Beetle apparently. But like, so Darien, right? Oh, sorry. So like Darien, the Light Vagabond, right? He reduces incoming damage for everybody by a significant amount, by 30%, but his damage increases by 15. DS does something incredibly similar, but also reduces incoming crit chance. Then I've got big damage. I'm currently using Brandia for that, but you do not need to use Brandia. You can use something like Crow the Dark Inugami. I would prioritize getting a Zhang Fei because Zhang Fei is excellent at cleansing the team. You want to find, and just for the record, guys, for newer players too, cleansing is referring to units that remove harmful effects all at once. So if you remove harmful effects, you're cleansing. If you're removing beneficial effects, you're stripping. That's the colloquialisms for that. Simba, thank you so much for the raid, dude. How was your stream? Holy moly, when did we get new R5 options? Wow, I gotta pay more attention to those tabs. OCD Gamer Dad, dude, they were very fresh. Nazwade, he was losing like always. No, don't say that. Like always? What are you talking about, dude? Simba and I kicked butt together the other day. Okay. So usually when I talk about R5, I like to talk about just key elements to make it stable, right? Because I'm using Nat 5s, and you can use Nat 5s too, but like there are certain things that that can just easily be replaced, right? So like let's talk about Ariel, if the Water Archangel. If you take Ariel at his like bare bones, what is he offering? Cleanse on a hard skill, on an active skill, not a passive, and that's exactly what you want. Who else does that sort of thing? Like the Lulu and Friends do that. You know what I mean? So you can just, so basically, instead of like Ariel, you can run Lulu and Friends if you're so inclined, and they can remove the and also Lisa, the Fire Neostone agent does it. Where is Lisa? Removes all harmful effects on all allies. After that, up to 3 allies attack the enemy target. Decreases the cooldown of attack command by 1 turn if there are no harmful effects to remove from the ally. So you could actually use, this girl, you could use Lulu and Friends, etc. for your cleanse options. Damage options, you can use Crow, the Dark Inugami. You can use Baelger, the Fire Lightning Emperor. I have a BJ5 comp over here, which stands for the Baelger Jansen R5 team. So that's Baelger, this is Jansen, right? You don't need this at all. If you want, you can build something a little slower that's more resilient, that is predominantly like just built to maintain hits. Asmar asks a question. Darien passive works on all 3 teams? It does not. No, each team is built in a vacuum. So that means that if you're gonna run like a damage reduction effect, you have to have 1 in the middle and then like 1 over here. That's why we run Diaz too, because Diaz does something very similar. So let's look at this. Stoic coming out of lurking to say, Evan, why is Lisa not skilled up? Bro, don't at me. Don't at me like that, Stoic. That's unbelievable. You know, little Evan used to use her. When I was like way younger and I ran her on my R5 team, I used her then. And I guess I never skilled her up. I didn't really invest in my PvE stuff as much back in the day. So yeah, that's why we also run Diaz here. Wow, Diaz isn't skilled up either. That's crazy. See what I'm talking about? I ruin these monsters once and then I don't look at them again. You know, like oh, I guess Zhang Fei has been skilled up for a while, but you know. Also, if you guys want help with like the elemental ones, I think Seishizo put out one for like the water team. For the water one, you can take a look at that. We can maybe talk more about those at a later time after I've built some for myself as well. Okay. Need help? Oh, can you help with a team for giants with light dragon? What the? Dude, this guy's just starting and he's got Seraph and he's trying to make a speed team. This is crazy. This is awesome. What is this? 6 days? He's got Teshar and Seraph. Bro's 6 days in, he has more synergy than I do. This is crazy, bro. He's been playing for less than a week. And his Giants team has more synergy and Light Monkey. What is this? Bro's been playing for 6 days and he has the same number of LD5s that I do. I've been playing for 8 years, chat. I've been playing for 8 years and this guy's got it in a week. What? I never should have clicked on this one. I never should have clicked on this one, chat. This is only sad times for me. This is crazy. 6 days. Tell me this is an alt. Tell me. Oh my God. Dude, tell me this is an alt. Tell me this isn't your first time playing Summoners War. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. Oh, that is crazy. Hey, that's awesome, dude. No, I'm happy for you. No, I'm happy for you, bro. That's awesome. Okay, let's chat about it then. Honestly, when you start talking about things like a Zarath, you're talking about high efficiency comps. So I mean, I don't even know where to start. Chat, can you guys help me out with this? So Zarath, for folks who use like high efficiency teams like that, like, do we just build it like a Teshar speed team where we have like Prylia go first, then you do, or like you should, oh, Galleon, yeah, Galleon, the water pirate captain. Hold on, let's look. Oh, you have Evan. This is me, dude. Look, it's me. That's awesome. Oh, this is great too. Oh, you have two of her. That's stellar. So you can do something that is like, Zarath should one-tap the whole wave alone first turn. Does he move first? Or do we do like a Teshar? So let me ask this. Do we do like Prylia, Teshar, Tion or Konamiya, and then Galleon Zarath? Is that what we do? Or do we do something like we ditch the Prylia and we just go like Zarath moves after like Galleon, Zarath, something? Zarath, Galleon, Luna, Wind Homunculus +1. That's from Virus TV. Okay, so very similar. So it should be Zarath moves first, then Galleon, then Luna, then Wind Homie. So you basically have Zarath just solo the waves for you, and then after that, all of your big one target, single target, max HP damage scaling units are there to like take down the mid boss and the actual boss. Eventually you ditch Defense Breaker when Zarath can clear wave alone. Wow, dude, no, this is awesome. What an amazing way to start playing Summoner's War. Like, I really hope like the account holder for this one like knows how crazy this is. Like, this is an insane way to be starting like playing Summoner's War. Doubt Zarath is going to clear waves on 6 days of playing, though. Yeah, likely not. Likely not, right? But eventually, that's the plan. Wow. Wow. Okay, that's awesome. Dude, what a crazy account. And 6 days. Yeah, that is the craziest account I've seen in a while. No, me too, dude. Because the thing is, though, is like, it's two good LDs, but it's also the synergy on this account. Like, this is going to plow through giants. Like, the giant isn't even gonna have time to blink, you know, and it's got more synergy than mine does, right? Like, that's insane. So, really cool account. Awesome. Okay, real quick, let's just, I wanna see if do I have anything to summon? Not exactly. Not exactly. Let me just go through here. I'm feeling inspired. Can I get like any 10th anniversary scrolls or something? Like, dude, I'm fiending to summon after that. Let's go to the 100 plus 100 real quick. Let's go down here. I'm just gonna get 8 of these. Let's just summon. Let's summon real quick. Okay. I'm praying to whoever that guy prayed to for the Zarath and the and the Kittian de Shang. Come on, give me something cool. That'd be so sick. That'd be so sick, dude. I'm telling, man, 6 days. 6 days. New Velasca, I'm telling you, New Velasca, I'm telling you. Dude, thank you for believing in me, that one random guy. That's crazy, that inspired me. Okay, we have time for like one more. Let's go. Foot Dad is cool. Evan, I need help with RTA. What do I use? So many people have been participating, by the way. Oh my God, you have Velasca. Wow, yes, let's do that. Let's use that. Hold on. I love living vicariously through people, by the way. I love it. That's one of my favorite parts about this stream concept is just like, I get to kind of look at your monster box and then be like, I would play this. So you play it, so I'm gonna tell you to play it. And you just tell me how it goes. Okay. So things to support of Alaska. Do you have the light robo by chance? I just watched some gameplay of somebody. Oh, you've got Talisman. Oh, we're cleaving. Oh, we're definitely cleaving, guys. Are you guys familiar with her game? Are you guys familiar? Are you guys familiar with her game? So the way that it is, right? So it uses this unique mechanic. We'll just call it stacks, right? So the arsenal, they call it, it doesn't matter what an arsenal is, okay? She gains stacks. Whenever your allies, whenever your team or the enemy team is attacked, you get stacks, right? But then if someone dies, if there's a full takedown, it's immediately boosted to full stacks, okay? But when an ally with reduced HP attacks the enemy, the damage dealt increases in proportion to the amount of HP lost, fills up your attack bar by 100% if an ally or enemy dies in battle, which is very similar to Carlos, right? It's very similar to Carlos. So that's why I was wondering if you have the light robo. If you happen to have the light robo, that is an insane comp with this, because, or setup with that, because he self-destructs, which gets you full stacks in a turn, right? But we could do something similar with like Talisman. I think you could go for a very like traditional, oh, dude, crazy. I think you could go for a very traditional cleave sort of thing here. Like you could go with like a Talisman, like a setup for Talisman, like Gemini, or anything that strips into defense break. Like you could even use Cigar with this team. I wouldn't use Inosuke. Inosuke is cool just because he's got that speed lead, that 28% speed lead, but I don't know if he's ideal for this purely because like he's a non-hitting third skill, and this is one of the rare instances where you want to be hitting people. You want to hurt people. Someone says the water robo might work. I forgot that it also self-destructs too. The only thing that's good about the light, I forget, is there a reason why the light one's better than the, for my own curiosity real quick, let me just look. Where's the light one? Cool. Rise by 50%, decrease the attack bar of all enemies by 50% at the moment of death. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. It's the revives in a nuclear state with 1 HP at the moment of death and grants invincible on yourself for 1 turn. You will gain immunity against all harmful effects, recovers 25% of every time, it returns to the original state 1 HP. Wait, this is kind of cool because then you could potentially do it again. She would get max, yeah, she would get max attack bar anyway, exactly. What should I increase on my runes with her? Dude, so you definitely want Violent. Mini Gongo, what's going on? Hi, Evan, am I late? Yeah, vaguely, but I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you are here regardless, Mini, truly. You can also Nem Trap Daphnis with Velasca. Bro, what a great suggestion from Dr. Perp, actually, because he's got Daphnis. So that means you could do that. You could build a Nem Trap Daphnis. So it's like the enemy team moves, they hurt you, Daphnis boosts up immediately, gets a kill, Velasca moves after that. She's on Bio 99% res with 48k HP. That sounds kind of hot, right? That's 99% res, 48k HP? Chat, what do we think about that for Velasca? I feel like that's kind of hot. I think we're down with that. Oh, Nut Perp, shared info. Yeah. Look at that, dude. You are very much there. Insane runes, by the way. 37%. Each one of these runes is practically an extra 2, 4, or 6 slot worth of HP and defense. Holy heavens to Betsy. Okay, chat, real quick. I want to remind everybody about the Creator Clash, by the way. The Creator Clash is happening, I believe it's starting next week. We're accepting responses for just a couple more days. So if you haven't participated yet, please do so. The survey for that can actually be found within today's survey. And you can get that by just interacting with the link that's at the top of chat. And if you want, you can submit a 1 to 3 minute introductory video. It has to be a link to a video. And then if you're chosen to participate, we'll show your videos on stream. Chat will watch them, they'll get to know you, and then at the end they will vote for who moves forward and who eventually wins the content creation kit at the end. And that includes like a camera, a microphone, a green screen, lighting, and potentially a stream deck if you keep streaming after you win. And that's everything that you need to get set up to start streaming Summoner's War. So if that at all interests you, please just like look into the Creator Clash. I also want to remind everybody to use command SWGC, and also this Friday is the finals for the Americas Summit. So if you guys have been keeping track, that's going to be True Dolphins versus GLHF. It's going to be an awesome showdown at the end. We had the playoffs last Friday, and this one's going to be extra fun. So please stand by for that. And guys, I've had so much fun today. I'm sorry that I have to go, but I unfortunately need, I got to have a meeting after this. So there's stuff I need to do before the end of the day. But I really appreciate you guys for coming by. This has been so much fun. Account reviews, it just doesn't work unless you guys would be here talking, and you guys always bring such great discussion, and you're sharing crazy accounts that have all the, like Zaraf and Kitian Dasheng on day 6. I appreciate you guys. I'll look forward to the next one, and I will see you guys on Friday for the America's Summit Finals, okay? I'll say goodbye now, but if you're on Twitch, stay in chat because we're gonna raid somebody, okay?